Hello, it's RocksAlot. Hope everybody's doing well. Been a good week and a long week, but we're coming out the other end, so it's good. Let's do a few features here. Boom. Get some lights on. There we go. All right. I think I have everything. Let me check a few things real quick. That one might work. Focus is going to play games, isn't it? That's for the opal later on. So I'm just checking a few things. So I can do this. Hi there, welcome in. Yeah, we'll leave it like this right now. Alright, thanks for the thumbs up. That's a good start. And yeah, happy Thursday afternoon. I hope you had a good week. We had a good, indifferent, and a not so good week. How about that? But we pretty much made it to the end. And now we're going to get most of that out of my head by working on some rocks. And have a little bit of an assortment going on here. Let's see if I can find the actual bag that was in. No. But cotton, no, it was candy confetti, was this one. This is from Sam. Nice piece of block. And I cut that already. And then I have some of the Mexican. Then I have, this all came in the same bag. Hi there, welcome in. And this was the mixed American and Mexican. And then I do have a piece of the Chilean. Hi everybody, welcome in. Glad you could make it. That's the Chilean. Rather like this stuff. We might just prep this one to get it to the point where I back it. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, it's been an indifferent week for us. Yeah, I'll talk about it later on in the live maybe. But for right now, I need to get some of that out of my head, and that's why I'm here. I find this is really good for my mental health, and get my work week out of my brain. Get the good and, well, get the bad out of my brain by cutting a few stones and having you guys join me. So I appreciate you all being here, and I hope I can show you something new, or we can learn something from each other today. Hey Ad, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing well. I've had a few mishaps with friends, and Miss Frecklecat had a bit of a fall this week, so we're recovering from that. I am going to be cutting some stones on my genie. I work on a Diamond Pacific genie. To the left, we have 3 wheels, and to the right, we have 3 wheels. And we're going to start on the 3 wheels over here, and that would be the 80 grit, the 140, and the 280. Let me make sure that I'm not on Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi tends to mess with us. No, we're good. So what I have today, I have some white buffalo. Some call it turquoise. It is not a turquoise. It is from the artisan family. In fact, let me read what it is. So gorgeous stuff. It's mostly the white, and then the black is actually a black shirt. Let me see exactly what Wiki or whoever it is going to tell us about it. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. so highly prized. Anytime you look up any rock, it's either semi-rare, rare, highly prized. Well, this is highly prized. White buffalo. It is from the Tonapa, Nevada area, and the Artisan family. The Artisan family pretty much run the show over there. It has the same, it's actually a little bit harder than turquoise, but good turquoise is about the same, so somewhere between 5.5 and 7.5 on the Mohs. And thank you, Crocagator. How you doing? That's very kind of you. Glad to see you in my chat. That really helps. Hey there, Opal guy. Hope you're having a good week. And you are now Crowagator. No, Crocagator sounds much better. Does. What's it say here? So it's basically a mixture of white calcite, quartz, and black chert. And so I didn't know this until I got this piece. It's a decent piece. And we're going to go in a little bit. But now you can see, because this piece actually has like almost like drusies in it, little druzy pockets. And so that's where that quartz comes into play. And I'm hoping, even though I'm going to lose that pocket, I'm hoping, I don't know whether we keep the little black striper in there or we go from this side and come down. And I think we're going to come from this side and come down. Just because it may have a... So that chert seems to link up to this chert. It just got broken through some sort of process at some point. Did we get a silly bot? Caricature, exactly, perfect. Yep, actually I do. So funny you should mention that. I'll show it real quick. We actually did this in the last live, and oh, I think we have a visitor real quick. Yep, we have an up-to-date visitor right here. Oops, here we go. Hey, buddy. Hello. You can see my eyes now. We got your face trimmed.
Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody.
That's Derby.
I'm just checking things out.
Yep, he's out for a walk. Plus, I think he likes to be on camera, I think.
He does.
So let's bring him back in here. Maybe start a whole channel just for Toby.
Oh, gosh.
He is. You have no idea. He's, how old is he now? 18?
4.5 months.
4.5 months.
Yeah,
So going, yes, 18 weeks. I'm keeping it to weeks because it keeps him smaller. Hey, Dave. How you doing today? So I was just showing a piece of the white buffalo that I got from you, or from Tim, and just explaining how, like, that opal guy just put in the caricature. So quartz, calcite. No calcite in there. Did it say calcite? It did say calcite. You're right. So calcite, quartz, and chert, mostly black. And what did I do with that piece? Oh, there it is. That's the piece we're going to cut today. So should be interesting. Yeah. Now there's a little bit of beef. So the way I just cut it off yesterday, pre-live, and I'm gonna try and get something out of this sort of creamier tone in there. I like this side too, but I'm gonna pull something out of there at some point, leaving that line going across the middle of whatever shape it ends up being. Hey, it almost looks like a Cookie Monster. That's what happens to. That's what Cookie Monster would look like if he ended up in the wash and the bleach. So, all right, who is it? Well, opal, crocagator. I mentioned the opal, so let's see if I can do this without dropping it. I did bring it off with the drop stick, and we might do this later in the live. but it turned out really well. I know I was talking through the live last time and saying how well I'd done the back, and I was kind of sure of that, but wasn't positive. Come on, mister. There we go. Oh, shit. Almost lost it, you see. So, trimmed it up for the shape a little bit more. The back is not bad. I have a couple of little tiny chips on that bottom edge, but I'm going to bring that up. But I'm actually going to dop it. I'd love to go onto the machine and show you guys my amazing ability by doing it by hand, but knowing my luck this week, it might fly off somewhere. So, but it's a gorgeous little opal. All right, so can anybody Dave, tell me what that A thingamajiggy is right there? I saw it the other day, and I knew what it was, but now I've forgotten what it is. Yeah, and yeah, as long as I don't crack the stone when I heat it up. But we'll do that later. And then I had some confetti candy from Sam block that we're going to do. This is actually an acrylic, and obviously I could probably come through this side, but we're going to leave that as the back. And let's go back. Here we go. And we're going to take this down and cut that little piece right there. And then at another time I wanted to sort of take one in there, or I might just cut it up there and get 2 polygons right there. We'll see. Yep, clown vomit. Candy pizza, maybe. Dessert. There's dessert pizza. And then what else have we got? So we got the buffalo we're going to do, the candy, and then I got some of the rough from Sam. So he stabilized this stuff. This is the Mexican. No, this is the Mexican. And then this is look at, so I mean, talk about glue. But I actually don't mind that. You can see the color of the epoxy, and that's a good color to end up with your epoxy being, instead of sort of yellow or orangey that actually stains the color of the stone. So yeah, that's a lot of glue. Looks like Crystallinis, but it's not. And this was the Mexican mix. So pulled out a few different pieces there. Don't know how many of those we're going to get to. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the Chilean, and we're probably just going to pull that back down because I might end up backing this piece. You can kind of see it does sort of have a concave shape already, and who knows, maybe we'll just flatten it, take off the top, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's definitely wear your mask material. And then what else? This came out of one of Don's boxes. Don't think we're going to get to it today, but it's kind of neat. Got some really nice little eyes in there, and I have to decide what kind of shape I'm going to do in that one. And this also came from one of Don's boxes, and this is like a mix between Poppy and Biggs, and Deschutes. And we're gonna have to chop that up. Maybe we'll chop it up Sunday. Depends what the weather's like. But I think we're gonna start off with that white buffalo piece and see how it cuts. It's just neat like that. I might just, I almost feel like I should just polish the whole surface and put it up in a picture frame. So. Boop, exactly like that, Crocker. All right. What else? What other news? I think that's about it. I had a good day at work today. We had what they call the rodeo today, and they basically have competitions on all the heavy equipment. So they get the excavator out and the grapple truck, and yeah, they have little competitions and blowers and dropping things from cranes. Hi, Akira. How you doing? Oh, I did have one other thing to share. Let's show it. So Koa, I don't know if Koa's in the chat today, but Koa was the receiver of the 1,500 subscribers, and I did send a piece that I got from Dawn. It was really nice agate that we did one day in here. It was a nice oval that I did. And then I also sent the double-sided sort of Alpine Village look-alike, just a nice little cab. And so I got a message back. I should have seen the message a long time ago, but I did send a little note along with the reward, and I just thought I'd share it, actually. So let's take that off. And it says, "Happy Sunday, sir. We're beyond grateful for the gifts and the note. Thank you so very much. You have inspired us." Is it us? What's it say here? "You've inspired me to do a YouTube page. You and the others have brought together such a cool community of rock hounds and cabbers, etc. Together in such a positive way. We look forward to continuing to support you. Much love." And that was from Koa. Very kind note. Thank you, Koa. But it's just really a gift in itself to be honored with that word of inspiring somebody. I mean, I'm out here cutting. I enjoy what I do. I'm really happy that I can share it with you guys. But yeah, to be inspirational to other people is, well, it's just a kind honor. So thank you. And thanks for being here today. And yeah, I'm not going to cry for you guys, so. Not going to happen. Nope. Nope.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
All right, we got going to get a little bit of noise, and going to start here on the 80 grit, see how hard this stuff is. Let's get a quick picture. That'll work. And yeah, let's keep going. So do we keep the cigar in there like that and just blend that down, or I think I can almost leave some of that if it's on the back. Maybe. I guess I can't. I'm gonna have to round that whole edge up. Let's see how hard this is and then go from there. Let me put a mask on. I don't think this is stabilized. I think this is natural. Oh, let's get your eyes back on. There you go. That looks much better. I do need a mask. I just had like 5. There you go. Thank you. Ah, the cigar, you think? But it's either a cigar or the ashes on the other side. Let's see how hard this is first, and then we'll go from there. Getting a little closer. If you guys like channel surfing, we got hey, avocados, welcome in. Dave's in the house, lapidary Dave's in the house. He always needs subscribers, he's only got a couple. And that Opal guy is in here also, so please go over to their channels and subscribe to them. Alright, this is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. So that corner is just going to disappear. I think I'm looking at something like that on this side. So that's pretty soft right here where my thumb is. I could roll it. Yeah. And I got this on the other side. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can roll that out and keep the cigar and have like a, almost like a 50-50. I don't see the shape I want. It's a little bit gritty. Not really, actually. Some people call it turquoise, but like we just looked up, it's basically like white calcite, quartz, and chert. Now they do find it in the same areas as the variscite and turquoise in Tonopah, Nevada. So, you know, Nevada's pretty big, but Tonopah is a little bit smaller. It's still pretty big. But, alright, so this side, I think we're still on the cigar, aren't we? But that's going to get blended down. So the Broken Arrow, aka Caramel Mountain, is also basically Tonopah as well. But I think variscite is more close to a turquoise than this is. I gotta bring that end up because it's a little bit rough right there. Hey Candy, how you doing today? Thank you for popping in. Alright, I don't know. Because I've had to bring it in so much, I don't know if I like that top as much, so, well, I am unsure of which side to do. So, this top part, the reason I'm unsure is when I roll this over, it's going to bring the chert all the way to the top edge, so it'll be more, alright, let's do this, so it'll be more like that, is what it's going to end up looking like once it gets rolled. So do we want that, which is pretty cool, or, so if I roll it there, it's going to look like that on that side. Actually, this almost looks like a little cross in the middle there. So I think we're going to switch it. I don't know. I could do both sides, actually. Let's go over here. Yeah, thanks for the rubies. My gems up in the corner there. Very kind. Making it disappear is what I am doing. Let's see what happens. We'll try with a cigar on the top. But I can always change it. This is a nice thick piece, so I can always change it. I want to show you. And then roll that edge off. Although, looking at it this way, it looks pretty good. Got a very different smell that it's just getting through my mask. It is natural. It doesn't smell like a phosphate. It's a very different kind of smell, actually. It's not offensive at all. Hey Raspberry, welcome in. Thank you for saying hi. Nice to see you in the chat. Just straighten that up. Oh. Having to straighten this side up here. And this side is a lot softer. So definitely different hardnesses across the stone. And I assume that's the difference between having a white calcite and the quartz mixed in together. Quartz is usually pretty hard. Yeah, you can roll that in. Whew. Not easy stuff though. I'm really having to concentrate to get my lines straight. Yeah, to get my lines straight. Straight and the right height, so it's still got to come down just a little bit down there. Who was that? Who gave me some more, Oh, Crackle Cat sent me floating hearts. Thank you. I will claim them later on. Yeah, it's been a... I don't want to get all sad on you guys. Hold up. I just stay quiet for a minute. here it is that I'm starting to roll over, and it's starting to cut into that shirt edge, which is okay. It's not my favorite wheel on my machine that I like to work with. Look how that quartz vein goes through there. Oh, it's hard. I don't mean hard, it's hard to work with. We're going to go on to the next wheel. Marmite. Easy to me. It's my go-to when I'm feeling under the weather. You know how you get cravings for vegetables sometimes and you never eat vegetables, but your body's telling you, like, go eat some vegetables? I get that with Marmite. Don't make me do a Marmite ad on here, I'll get in trouble. Definitely an acquired taste. Yeah. So yeah, we've done the Marmite tasting on a few people over the years. Definitely an acquired taste. I'm Marmite. I think Vegemite is like veggie extract, and Marmite is a yeast extract. Yeah, I'm gonna roll this a little. But it's high in folic acid, B12, all those goodies. I did not think I was going to be talking about Marmite. Bring that down just a little. I'm actually doing better on the lines on the soft wheel. So there's another one, which is Bovril, which is, I think, beef bone extract. Man, they're all good for you. I could. Yeah, I mean, throw in some coconuts and Marmite, I'm good to go. My mother drinks this stuff, and she... yeah, my mother drinks Bovril when she's sick. And she's closer to 100 than she is 50. Don't let, she's away. She can't hear us. She's on a spy mission. She travels the world with her golf clubs, and she's on her last spy mission right now. Can't tell you where because it's a secret. And then she's retiring forever. Alright, Crocker, so I left the big cigar in the middle. It actually worked out pretty well. See that shirt coming off. So I actually like it this way up. Let me make sure my girdle's the same. It's actually pretty good. So I'm actually not too put off by that. Let's see. Come on. I am having, wow, we got 30 thumbs up. Thank you. She's been up there a few times. She's done St. Andrews. And there's another course close to Edinburgh that she's in. And then my aunt and uncle, who are from the States, they just did a trip around Scotland on the train. I guess it's last year or the year before. And they went around the whole of Scotland on a train. I guess it's similar to like the Orient Express, but it's just Scotland. I did some equivalent of ROTC training up in Scotland in the mountains when I was, I don't know how old I was, 16, 17, around Loch Ness and a couple of the other lochs. And I think we went through, took the train to Glasgow, and then we did orientation exercises up in the mountains. And I had the canoodles scared out of me. We pitched tents for the night next to one of the lochs, and then I went down to the lake to clean up my breakfast mess gear, for my metal pots and copperness. And I looked up and there was this giant seal in front of me, and it scared the living dickens out of me. And then we went over the top of the mountain doing orientation. Really good experience, really. Hi Nadia, welcome in. So yeah, she's got like golf clubs that, you know, one of the clubs will come up out of the bag, and then a little radar opens up, like one of the ends of the heads of the club opens up into a little radar and does this little stuff on the little bondish. Alright. Cleaning this up on the edges, rounding them off evenly, and looks like we're going to have a little druzy pocket. That's cool. Dry this off a little bit. She might have done that already. I do have a friend that's been coding AI for I don't know how long. Past 12 years, 15 years. So that's just to the third wheel. Pretty happy with it. At least I'm happy with the wheels. I mean with the lines. It's soft enough that I can move on to the next three. And even if this is an open back, it'll look good both ways. I think it's better that way. Somebody might like it that way, but I like it this way. I'm sorry, the wolf. Hi. Sorry if I missed you. Well, welcome in. So yeah, pretty neat stuff right there. And we are going to move on. Let's try a piece of this. This is the Mexican turquoise from San. And you can kind of see some good color, but I don't know if it's going to go through the whole stone. Thank you, Akira. Yeah. So, where the hell? I actually played that club. So, from Caddyshack, they did the filming down in Doral, down in South Florida. I played it. Wow. It's got to be 15, 20 years ago I played that course. Maybe even longer. I don't play much golf anymore. Mostly due to back issues. Going a little close on this. There we go. And I'm going to get a little quick picture of the before. And we're going in. Thank you all for being here. I really do. I say appreciate it, but I feel honored that you guys are all hanging out with me. I really do. Let's go around the edge. Now this one is definitely stabilized. I can smell it already. Don't know what shape it's going to be yet, and I don't know which side we're going to do yet. Oh. Alright, I think I brought the edges in. Let's take a quick peek. Thank you, Crocker. Let's have a quick peek. Okay. That's a nice looking color. Now, I just have to figure out which is the best side. It's pretty knobbly on this side. And it almost has, well, it almost has a concave there. And then it's a bit thicker up there, so. I think I'm going to try this for the face, and I'm going to try this for the back. So let's take it off. That's better. So yeah, just trying to think it out. Look at that. I already rubbed myself on my finger there. This is hopefully going to be the back that I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to try and flatten it out. A quick flat test. It's not quite flat. It's a really nice blue. It really doesn't have much matrix to it though. But it's a pretty blue. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty flat, so it's pretty good. Let's go around the edge. It's going to be pretty thin. Try and get this down to about 3 millimeters on the edge, all the way around. And then I'm going to have to reevaluate the shape. Okay. You see where I'm trying to get. It's got a little chip down in there. That's got to go. It's not quite straight. It's a little lower down here, so. Around the hole. stone. This is just like a pre-shape. Now I'm gonna bring in with that little thingamajiggy right there. That's gotta go. Yeah, that's gone. I'm gonna take the tip off up there. And roll the edges, make them a little more pleasing. And I got a shape going. Hey, Patchwork. Well, it's actually turquoise. I do have Larimar. I have some really nice Larimar. I'll bring it out again in a week or two. I have some beautiful slabs. They're so good that I really don't want to cut them. I'm going to bring this down a little on the top, and then we're going to move over to the next wheel. So all the crevices have almost gone. One little bit left. A little bit of matrix to it. I think we're going to go onto the next wheel. There we go. Quick move. I had some really gorgeous chrysoprase, like Australian green. I know Dave was selling some pretty nice stuff a week or two ago. I got mine, shoot, it's got to be 3 or 4 years ago now. And it's like some thick slabs, like, I can't even, it's like 4 or 5 inches long, 3 inches wide, and thick, and just beautiful green, like almost jade-like green from Australia. And I've bought, over the time that I've bought stuff at estate sales, I've just bought stuff that was pleasing, like caught my eye, and I didn't really know what it was at the time. And I've been pretty fortunate with some of the stuff that I bought. So we're getting there. Let me check the sides on my girdle. That's got to come down a bit there. And the only reason I keep going back to the girdle is I brought it in, and as I brought it in, it's got to the thicker area of the stone, and that means I have to redo the top of that girdle right there. I don't have to be on this wheel too long. This is a pretty well worn, I think it's a 180, 240, maybe it's 240. So it's pretty well worn. And so it takes off a decent amount of material. But then this next wheel is a little more forgiving, even though it probably takes off a little bit more material, but it is a soft wheel, and it's just, it's been broken in, but I've only had it on here maybe a year. So wiggle waggle. Still a little too high right here. That height should be in the middle, not off to one side. I don't know how that, what's that? Is that a piece of chart that decided to cross over? Maybe. Let's see. Oh, shoot. That's 2 catches today. Caught both on my lap, so I hope I'm not to have too many more of those today. So I think after this one, we will move on to the confetti candy or candy confetti. Thank you, Crocker. Yeah, but so I've already dropped. Hi there, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, but welcome in. I really appreciate you being here. And you're probably on a different time zone than I am, so thank you. It's going to be an interesting evening for silver tonight. I know some of you watched the silver price, but not really sure what happened yesterday, but they halted the COMEX trading for about an hour and a half yesterday afternoon. And then when it came back, it dropped like $4 or $5, $6. And it has gained all of that back this afternoon. So it was about 88 when I came on. Shanghai is going to open up at 6 o'clock our time. And then we'll see where it's headed. I'd like it to get to 94.64 before it comes back down again. And it might take a big drop after about 94, back down to the 70s. But it's all healthy. Healthy chart work. And then when it comes down to about 75, it's going to explode back up again. So we might get one more drop. This is not advice. This is just my own observations. We may get one more drop down to the 70s. So if you do purchase silver from like Rio Grande, I would suggest maybe making a purchase. It's so expensive right now in comparison to where it's been. Okay, let's do the back again. Just make sure I have a decent looking back. And the other thing I'm looking for silver to do, and it's going to be almost 3 months, but if it can hold between 70 and 90 for the next 3 months, so into May, then the 200-day moving average will be at about 75, 77, and that will make the price of silver very healthy. And then it'll have a lot less chance of taking a major downturn to where we were before, or 50. Alright, that's just me babbling about silver. This is a really nice piece. So I am good with that to go on to the next. Just check my girdle here and make it even. That's a little off right here. And they're just little tiny changes right there. And just like that. Keep going. Looks good. And then the fine details will come on the next 3 wheels. I am going to put a tiny little edge on that sharp edge right there. We're going to take that sharp edge off the bottom. Not doming it, just taking off the 45. just so it doesn't chip out. And there you go. See how it was sharp before, and now it's just a tiny bit rounded on there. And that helps when you go to set it. Alright. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, let's move on to the candy. What happened to that first one? Oh, it's over there. Keep those together. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the extra gem. I don't know who sent that. Oh, Trucker, thank you. Hey, North Star. How are you, North Star? Really good to see you in. So you missed, I did a piece of the, I'm pretty sure North Star probably bought some of this as well. But that was the white buffalo I just did. Sorry, it's a bit in your face. So you're up to Pensacola for the weekend? This is better weather than it was last weekend. So here we go. Let me back this up actually. Let's back it up just a little. There we go. Confetti candy from Sam from Specialty Cabs and Block over on Etsy. Super nice man. And if you go over to Etsy, just look up Specialty Cabs and Block. He has some block slices on there. He also has some pre-done cabs on there as well. And this one came from, I'm gonna have to bag it up a little more. From this piece. There we go. So I cut this block last night. See what I do for you guys? I have to think about it. But yeah, pre-cut this last night. Just chop that edge off. I really like the color in this corner. So let's get started on this. I like cutting this material. It is an acrylic, and it does take a really good polish, especially with the Zam. So I don't know. Let's take the back off a little bit. See if we've got something underneath there. Let's clean it up a little bit. Ooh, that's got a smell. So obviously once it's cut, you can't smell it, but once you're breaking down the materials in there, it does have a little bit of a tong to it. So that cleaned it up a little bit. It's going to go too deep in here, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But we're going to round off these corners, round down the edges to a dome. Look at that color. That's going to come out a little bit more. And actually, now that's like candy color right there, isn't it? Candy floss anyway. So let me do a quick edge. I'm going to round this a little bit. That's the nicest looking gunk I've ever seen. Much nicer than the normal stuff. Alright, let's round this off here. There we go. Definitely wear a mask when you're using this material. Gonna come around that sharp corner. Gotta stop pressing so hard. And I gotta change my angle. The angle this way. So I just need to get it about 7 to 11. Oh yeah. This is kind of funny. Alright, side kick real quick.
He's just not gonna let it go. Look what I got. I'm so proud of it. Look what I got.
He found himself a pine cone. He's gonna make himself sick today. Let go. Thank you. Like a little bomb. Awesome. Well, that's better than having it in my foot later on. Oh, say hi to North Star, Toby.
Hey, North Star.
She's up at the shows. So. What were we gonna do? Oh, we were gonna sneak him into the Maltese competition.
Yep.
North Star. Everybody keeps saying he's a Maltese, which he's not. But so we're gonna show him as a Maltese. Yes, that actually was a really good release. Freckle Cat there has been doing, he does training for his dinner. He doesn't like to eat his dinner from the bowl. He only likes to do it after he's been commanded to do something. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but so he goes through training pretty much every dinner time. And at 18 weeks, he's pretty amazing. He sits, he lays down, he sits pretty, which is full bottom on his hind legs. And then he dances in a circle. And after the lay down, he will do a rollover already. So, far better trained than I am. Hey Husky, welcome in. Yeah, we're calling the rock hounds. I gotta be really careful here, and I want to catch the edge on this wheel. So I'm going to do it lengthwise, which is not easy, to get that straight. Okay, so here's another difficult part. I'm going to go back one, and I'm going to try and bring a 45. Some people draw this out and they'll take a Sharpie and draw it all the way around so it's even, and I should probably do the same. Doesn't mean I'm going to. Oh, did Maple come in? Yeah, sorry if I've missed a few people. I'm trying to go through the phone. I'm trying to sit up because I don't normally sit up well enough when I'm doing this. I actually have a little shoulder brace thing on, trying to pull my shoulders back as we do this. Not that they're bad, but it'll help me in the future. And then I'm like sneaking each side of the phone. Alright, so we're going to try and do a 45 down this side here. Let's see if I can do this. A lot softer at the tip. Not bad, but not done yet. It's not bad. Let's do the top edge. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut this so long. You know, when it's so long, you only have a wheel that's this wide, makes it a little more difficult. Alright. That went a little low. Alright, there's two sides. Went a little low at the top, so I had to go a bit lower on this side here. And now, you can see how low I went on there. Now I've got to do that all the way along this length. Let's see. Right about there. Ay. I was pushing too hard. If you push too hard, sometimes the wheel will grab your stone. Oh, look at that too. So, this is what I got to be careful of. So, some of the things that happen. So I caught this edge. I don't know if you can see it. I caught that edge on the side of the wheel here. That's because I was pushing here instead of pushing here. And you learn all these things by making mistakes, but sometimes you got to do it a couple of times before you remember, or it's been so long since you last made that mistake that you already forgot. Ooh, it went deep. It went deep. Not quite straight. Alright, so I got my angles. Not bad there. Front's got to get taken down, but I didn't want to do this right away. This is so soft. Like, it's so thin up here. Like that little piece. That can disappear really quick if I'm not careful. So I'm okay with that not being angled, but the rest of it looks pretty good. And now we're going to go back to the middle wheel. Oh, I must have heard you. Yep. That's funny, Clark. That's a word we use as well in the house. Okay. I'm going to go about 30. long stroke. And get this bottom here, also 30. Starting to round it off. I'm drawing from the middle of the face, actually probably about here on the stone, and pulling it out this way, really softly. And then I'm going to do the same up the front here, and do it even softer actually. But even though it's the same hardness up front, it's just so much thinner that it'll disappear quicker. Looking good. So I still need to draw a little bit more down on here. And I'm going to go on to the next wheel already. Just because it's more forgiving. Look at that, that's pretty. A little off right there. Yep, can move over. This is Candy Confetti Block. So it's actually gibbsite and a little bit of turquoise in there. The gibbsite's it's not been dyed, it was just made that way. So gibbsite is a man-made turquoise. Same formula as out in the world in nature, just man-made. And hey, Star. Yeah, you might find one of these in your back garden. So, that or at the club on Rave Night, I don't know. Maybe that's what I should do. I should go downtown here and, oh shoot, and sell these to the rave kids as they're going in the clubs. It's actually still the same rave club as when I was in my 20s. It's still the same owner. Yeah, it is the same owner. And he's been in this town for, shoot, I don't know how long, 30 years. 25, 30 years. And, man, I did not see that happen. I had a pop out. I don't know how to fix that. So I had a little piece pop out. It wasn't the machine. It just popped out. I've never had that happen with this material actually. So what do? Do we just leave it? I might just leave it. Shoot. How's that, North Star? But yeah, I had a little pop out. Now I don't know what to do. Shoot. Well, I'm going to finish this third wheel. Yeah, I could do that. That's a good idea. I could crumble up some turquoise and put it in epoxy. Yeah, I'm having problems with the in and out today. I don't know why. It's not usually a problem. Maybe if I give it one of these. I think everybody's drooling too much through the screen. So I'm just going to finish it up on this wheel. And then I'll make a decision on that after tonight. But I'd rather it popped out now than popped out later, so. I'll have to look back at the replay to see what color it was that popped out too. Not that I'm going to replace it with the same color, I just want to see what color it was that popped out of there. I don't know if it was the light stuff or... Actually, I could almost fill that in with baby weld and you wouldn't even know. You'd just think it was like part of the, like a black acrylic. Alright, well that's the only mishap so far today, so that's good. Round that out a little bit better. If you don't know Star, she's over in England and she puts up funny shorts every day. Maybe twice a day. Maybe 3 times a day. And she has quite the typical English wildlife in the garden that she has. Little hedgehogs, the cat, pigeons, great tits, blue tits, all kinds of tits, and yeah, it's kind of fun to see them every now and then. Hey Stephen, how you doing? We're doing all right. I had an odd week. So I guess I can talk about it real quick. So Miss Frecklecat had a bit of a fall during the middle of the night on Saturday. Bonked her head on the counter and basically fainted in the kitchen. Bonked her head on the counter and then fell to the floor. I happened to be in the kitchen clearing up a broken glass, which she had been clearing it up before I had, and I think she just got up too quick and fainted. So yeah, she was out cold for I don't know how long it was, but yeah, it wasn't fun for her at all. She's had a really pretty rough week with basically a concussion and a nagging headache, and it did finally start getting better yesterday and today. So she hasn't been driving all week, and no, it wasn't a Toby thing. In fact, what it was, she took Toby out, came back in the kitchen. Our cat has figured out how to open up the closet, the bottom closet, and we opened up the cupboard and found a bag of barbecue potato chips. So she picked up the barbecue potato chips. When she did that, she knocked the glass off the counter, which then smashed on the floor, and then she went to clean that up. And when I came in to take over, she stood up and basically fainted. So yeah, it was pretty rough, and it wasn't fun for me, which isn't nearly as bad as you know what happened to her, but it wasn't fun for me to just see her laying on the floor. I think the only positive that we took out of it was she had her hair done that day. So she did look good. Just not in that position. It was really scary. And then the other part of my week, so that was my bride, and then the other part of my week was I have a friend, very responsible friend, just retired, just got engaged, and he retired pretty early, early 50s, and he was going to Amsterdam with his fiance for like 4 or 5 days, and had a pain in his abdomen, so he's like, well, I better go check that out before we go on the trip. And while they were in there, they found a spot on his pancreas. Now, not a great thing. So he's already, a week later, he already has a port for chemo, and he went to the oncologist today. He found out it was he's phase 2A, so it's extremely early in the cycle, and hopefully they're going to be able to take care of him. So he was my best man. So within a week, I had my best man diagnosed with cancer, and I found my bride on the floor in the kitchen. So yeah, that was our week, but we're okay. And we got through the week. I got through work. Miss Katz got through work, and we're going to be okay. Now we just have to pray a lot for my friend. I think he's going to be okay too. All right. Sorry to bring all that up. What are we going to do next? So we've done 3. Yeah, very lucky, and it was in the middle of the body, and it's very, very small. Not in his blood or anything like that. So, hey Jed, how you doing? I could do the opal. So those 3 pretty good so far. I could do one more turquoise, I think, and then maybe the opal. We could finish up the opal. Why don't we let's do the glue. Why not? So can anybody tell me, thank you, North Star. Can anybody, thank you, Star. We're going to be okay. We are pretty positive about things. So Miss Cracklecat is healing, and my buddy at least got in the right place at the right time. They weren't looking for it. Most people find it when they're 65 and it's already taken over their pancreas. So anyway, enough. So this piece, can you tell me whether it's stabilized or not? Yeah, this looks like a resonated, maybe a Stephen Pollock resin turquoise. But the only good thing about this, and we're looking at positives and everything, so the good part about this is the color of that glue or the epoxy. It's pretty much crystal clear, and it's when you get the old cactus juice that starts off like an orangey brown color that it ruins the stone that you're vacuuming. So, alright. I'll tighten it up, North Star. Got it tight. Let's see if there's anything in here at all. It's peeking. Let's see. I'll be surprised. Oh, we got something. That's a pretty color. Let's see. Definitely more green. Very green. I don't know why we're having focus problems today. Come on, there you go. It's like a yellowy green. That's different. Come on, there you go. Alright, this might actually turn out. Who knows? Let's have a look. Let's keep going. I thought I'd be done with this one already, but I'm actually surprised. That's true. I haven't dug around for it yet. Well, you can have pukey green or confetti puke. It's actually nice. Alright, let's get up this epoxy side. Hold your breath. And after today's session, I'm going to have to take a brick or maybe a piece of jasper and go across all my wheels. I like to use a brick. It just helps clean the glue and the epoxy and everything that's come off these stones off of the wheels. Alright, so still got matrix on this side, but most of that glue's out. Oh, that's a funky color too, look at that. Did it put you to sleep, Star? Oh, I shouldn't say that after the story I just told. So Star is on a different time than we are, so what is it, 5:30, 6, 7, so she's going on midnight. But she's been kind enough to visit some of the lives like an hour from now, so then it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I guess it's not too crazy late. I am going over the top, trying to bring it down to the high of a girdle as I can put on this one. It isn't going to be very high. There's a little mud. But it's so heavily stabilized that I should be able to make this. It's okay to be thin, is what I'm saying. Sometimes it can be too thin. All right. Done a lot of work on this wheel, and these next two wheels should be pretty quick. That is funky. All right, she's breathing. That's good. No, we don't. I'd feel awful. I know we're just joking, but I would feel awful. So, actually, Star, you weren't in the chat earlier on, and Miss Frecklecat put a question about Vegemite or Marmite? None or both? it over here, but I might leave it. I'm actually surprised I'm getting anything out of this one. Alright, now I'm starting to like the shape a little bit better. Really? Why is that? This one stopped working. Well, I've got enough for right now on this. I just need some more water. Why is that bubbling the wrong way? Maybe it's just too low. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think I've ever had that happen. I can only think. So maybe my geyser needs cleaning is one thing. The only other thing I can think of is that I cut the line somewhere. I don't feel it. That's very odd. Alright, well. That's enough water. That's plenty of water right there, actually. No, it is not Versailles, Jeff. It's actually a turquoise. Turquoise can be green, and usually when it's these greeny greens, it is a turquoise, not a Versailles. Versailles tend to be a little more creamy and a little lighter in color. A little more mellow, sort of a mellow green. You can get dark Versailles, but green turquoise is more common. And it just means it has a different mix of, I think, copper and zinc, I think. I want to say chromium, but I know chromium is for like emeralds and stuff for green, and it's also the same reason that ZAM is green. But I want to say that the green in a phosphate actually comes from zinc. I might be completely wrong. Gonna have to do a follow-up on that one. It depends. So there are several stabilizing systems that do not change the color at all. So at the beginning of this stone, I was showing the color of the glue or the epoxy was clear, crystal clear, and still was when it had dried. There are some that will dull the color down a little bit more or make the color a little darker. You could dye it as well if you wanted to do a dyed epoxy, but that's not what happened in this case. Hey Malik, welcome in. So yeah, there are lots of different things, and they're good ways of finding out if it's stabilized or not. My first one about stabilization is obviously if you can see glue and crystals on the outside. My second tell on a cut is actually from the smell. You can usually smell whatever type of epoxy that they use or stabilization system that they use. I forget the name of the one that people are talking about right now that gives it a really nice, hard, clear, clean, non-color intrusive stabilization. One like say like Samuelson or something, but it's not Samuelson. Somebody keep playing with that button. Let's put some smileys, some hearts, some fireworks. Uh-oh. Somebody's gonna get me from outside. So do we leave this little, or do I bring it in and try to round it out? I'm actually going to try and leave that a little bit up the top. I think. I don't know if we bring that in. I think I do. So bring it in, which means the edge got thicker. And now I've got to bring it down again anyway to even out the girdle to the same on the other two sides. And when I do that, hopefully we will take away that little cavern right there. Okay. And do a little roll. Pretty much done. So, bottom of the spot is the thank you, Star. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I really just appreciate you guys being here. So anything that goes beyond that is just outstanding. But thank you so much. Please like that, everybody, if you would. Really kind. Thank you so much, Star. I have to see if they send me a £2 check. Do you sell the stones, I think? I can. So, if you are interested in a stone that I'm cutting, please reach out to me. It's the same as the channel name, except there's a period between Sir and RocksAlot. And that's at outlook.com. So it's Sir, period, or dot, stop, whatever you want to call it. Sir, stop, RocksAlot at outlook.com. And I'd be happy to sell you any piece that you see. Except for the opal that's coming up. But you'll see why. That's exactly what I was thinking of, Jed. Thank you so much. It's biblical, right? So, thank you, Jed. Yes, so the Zachary treatment, which is just an individual, I believe, is getting high praises from a lot of the miners and resellers of rough. And cutters too. Thank you, Fred. Okay. Is Sam in here? Oh, you are in here, Sam. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Going. We had a little piece pop out, but we're going to fix that. So, confetti candy. And actually, this is Sam's too. So, Sam will tell you, somebody asked if this was Varicite or turquoise. I said turquoise. No, I didn't see that yet. I just saw that. I saw somebody said hi. In fact, you said hi. So, yeah, Sam is the owner of Specialty Caps and Block over on Etsy. He has plenty of caps to sell you. He also has slices of different materials that he put into block. It cuts fantastic and it polishes even better. Really nice material to work with. And then both of these pieces actually, where's the other piece? What did I do? So both these pieces actually came from Sam. Different rough material that he puts into his block. Yeah, I thought so, Sam. Thank you. But yeah, these are the bags that he was selling, and he gives us such fantastic deals. He doesn't always sell it, but when it's available, it's definitely worth picking up. But I'm gonna let's turn that off so that can cool for a little bit. I don't need that anymore. But so yeah, 3 pieces of Sam's actually. So that's in the block, turquoise and gibbsite, I believe, and maybe howlite. And then this was the Mexican turquoise, and this was the mix turquoise bag up here. So yeah, if this one isn't bright enough for you, please complain to Sam. And then the white buffalo too. So those are the, come on, come on, those are, let's see if I can fit it in. Those are the 4 pieces today. And if you want to wait around, I'm going to try and finish off the back of the opal. This is really dangerous. I mean, it's not really dangerous, but for me, it's really dangerous. So let's get over here. Let's get that. Let's move you over here. So, all right, what are we going to do here? I'm going to take a sheet and put it on the floor, just in case it breaks. Drop the opal. I'm not planning to drop the opal, but we're going to put it there so if I do drop the opal, it gets caught in the sheet. Let's get the opal. I think I'm going to get our stick, which is here. Let's see where my wax is, which sucks. Yeah, if you can't stick around because I'm fiddling around, totally understand. I really appreciate you being here so far. I guess I just used the wax off of this one. But I'm going to work on this back of this opal. We did the front last week. I am EST. So I go on 2 o'clock on Sundays at 2 o'clock on Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. And then I also go on Thursdays. I try for 5:30 right now. I do have it planned that if I need to go to 6 because of work, then I'll go to 6. But yeah, so I go on before I go to work on a Monday. So getting ready for work on a Sunday, and then leaving work on a Thursday. So let's see. So this opal's gorgeous. It's color through and through at this point. That's the back. I do need to polish it. And front came out really well. The shape I finished up a little bit on Monday. Sorry, it's going in and out. I just weighed it. It's presently 0.53 grams, which would be 2.5, just over 2.5 carats. And now I need to find, my tweezers would be best, but this will work too. Where are we? Excuse me. This will work. Not the finest, but we're going to try this. I'm going to have to get that wax off after. Let's see what I'm doing here. Okay. Make sure I get that wax off. Okay. Okay, I do have to concentrate a little bit. Or a lot. So what I have to do on this now is I've got to flatten out the back so it's flat, not rounded. And I need to go around this edge right here because I have some tiny little chips under here. You can kind of see where the dust got caught up in there. And I should really be doing this with the tweezers. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm actually going to take a little bit of wax from this other stick. Heat up the stone a little, not too hot. No, there's not enough wax on there. Need more wax. I could change stick. Yeah, ding dong. I got it backwards anyway. Somebody say that already? So I actually was about to do it wrong. Yeah, and I probably should be doing this inside, so I need to do this face up. Face up. Gonna go smaller. Build this one up. Okay. Let's do that again. See how hot that stone is? So the stone is cold. All that wax is going to come off, so I'm okay. I'm actually want extra wax on it so that it's protecting it. So yeah, I got a lot of extra wax on it, even on this side, and that's okay because this is going to come off. I'm going to do the edge and let's move it over just a tiny bit. And then it's more about having it centered. And that's pretty good. So I'm okay. It can be. That's why having this water in the tray over here is definitely handy. So I'm going to let that sit for a second. Put that out. So far so good. And I'm actually going to move you guys over to the other side here. Excuse the quick jolt there. Losing you. good. Awesome. Okay. A little extra light. Sorry for making it seem so dramatic. But I do not want to lose this stone. This is one of the best opals I think I've ever cut as far as black opal. And it's going so well, I want to keep it that way. And I'm just going to take this off. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I was going back to my original side. Alright, so that's cooled off and the water will cool it off pretty quick. So I need to polish the back, flatten the back, and do the bottom edge really. It doesn't take much. I'm on a 600 grit. Even the bottom here is just, I'm not sure how to set this. It's so nice on both sides. I'm really not sure how to set it. And look at that color. Going to the edge so it takes off a little bit quicker than the middle. But this is a pretty worn out. This is just gorgeous. That is. There you go. That is just stunning. And that's the bottom. Here comes the light again. Okay. Go in here. Crackle Cat, what was that? You sent me an image of something. Oh, the rocks. I showed them last week. I'll show them again. Going for flat. Pretty good. And now you see that little tiny little chip. And I gotta get that out. See that little chip in there? Just tiny. I'm just bringing it in. And actually it's okay because it's actually putting a girdle on the edge. I'm just bringing it up just a tiny bit. I would imagine this probably needs to be, I don't know if it needs to be bezel set or prong. I'm thinking a prong somehow. But how do you do a prong without, and look, damage? So that's okay. It's still there, right there. I need to do the edge. I'm going to go right on the sharp edge here. And just take it in a tiny bit. I'll take it in just a tiny bit. That's pretty good. That's just a discoloration in the stone itself. It actually has color in it too. There's just a little more. It's almost like a gray potch right here, but it still has color in that gray potch. It's like a gray crystal almost. So it's almost like a black crystal. Alright. Oh. Where did that come from? And I have one tiny little weeny spot of sand. Where'd it go? I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. Alright. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Gotta go across that girdle like I did before. Trying to be very precise. Look at that color. Just Hey Tanya, how are you? Yeah, Tanya's had some beautiful opals. I've seen some of Tanya's opals. Beautiful. If you don't know Tanya, my jewelry addiction, one of my top 3 jewelry resellers on YouTube. Out in California. So actually, Star, if you're still in there. Hey, Paige, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, so actually all 3 of you, Paige, I forget where you're from in England, but my jewelry addiction was originally from Yorkshire, Star. And Star's up that way, like Lancashire way. So it's a very small world. Funny how we all joined together. I don't even know how we did. It's really weird. Weird in a great way. Yeah, Paige, so what time are we on? It must be near time for Robert to come on. Robert is my global prospecting. He should be on soon. I think he's live tonight. Robert is a fabulous, fabulous gentleman from Florida. Very kind, has a great channel going. Extremely generous. Has a really good sense of humor. And yeah, if you go over to my Global prospecting around 8. I don't know if it's 8 or 9 o'clock. Paigey would know. But she's a regular over there, her and Andrew. It's alright, Star. They're on the other side of the hills. No, it's gorgeous there too. Alright, I think I'm good. I think we're going on to that final wheel. And as much as I'd like to pull this off, awesome. Thank you so much for popping in, Paigey. We go live, Paigey, Thursdays at our time is around 5:30, 6 p.m. So around 10:30, 11 o'clock your time. And then I also go live on a Sunday around 7 o'clock your time in the evening. Yeah, come join us. Everybody's welcome. We have a pretty good time. We enjoy my screw-ups as much as my successes, so if I get off of this wheel and onto the cerium, this will be a very successful little opal. This is the back. Yeah, we got it flat now. We got it nice and flat. Really nice and flat. Got the girdle going just up the stone just a tiny bit, and then I also beveled off that little sharp edge on the bottom. So let's go over the girdle, go over that little edge, and then over the back. And I'm onto the cerium, and it's going to take such a little time on there. I'm just going to use my squirty bottle. Got some, it's over on the side here. I could bring in, let's see. Well, I'm going to be on here for a second. I just got to make sure we don't get too hot. And the stone doesn't fly off. I'm literally over here. You see the cerium's impregnated in that wheel. I'm going to go on the edge real quick. I'm just rolling it around. And then we're going to get the bottom. I know it's going to hold me to it. So I'm waiting for like a really cold, rainy day where I can swap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one of my playlists open to the public, and I'm just going to put my jewelry resellers, my rock hounding friends, and lapidarists in it, the ones that I watch. I may throw a couple of wire wrappers in there that I enjoy to watch, and a few of the silversmiths. Hey Raider, Andrew, welcome. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's a really nice stuff. And I wish I had the time to pull this off for you and show you the top. But yeah, Star's been on hedgehog watch in her garden of late. So let's see if it pulls. No, it's not going to come off. I'm not going to force this off. It came out super, super nice. I'm going to take a quick picture of it. Oh, that's not the way. There you go. Going to get all my lights back on. There you go. That's me hitting the wrong button. Let's get what we did today. See, when I hear the machine come off, that's when I totally relax. Work's done for the week. I'm in a much better frame of mind. I need to go hang out with my family and the pets and what? No, don't do that. So I'm waiting for my camera to catch up, and it's not catching up. Let's do this. See if we can get close. I'm scared to get close. When you get close, you end up seeing a crack or something in the end. But no, that came out really nice. Doop. Get it proper dry here. All right. Yeah, thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate it. Love all the... Wow, that's a beautiful polish, actually. One little piece of potch in there. See that? But it's on the back, so we're okay. And I'm gonna get a quick picture. Doop-a-doo. Like that. Think I will be back. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I don't know what's going on. So the phone's starting to be wonky and YouTube's starting to be wonky. Thank you, Paige. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is one of my better ones. I have a few more of this same material to do. I don't know if that little... That's the bottom. You see at the top there? That tiny little piece. It's actually a gray potch, I think. I'm going to have to look at it a little closer. But that's the bottom. What is going on? What is going on? I'm trying to get highlights and it's not letting me do it. That's very hard. Oh yeah. No, well, it's just a chunk. So we lost a chunk. This has got to do it. Surely. There you go. All right, finally. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. Which is... There you go. So I still got to put these through the next 3 wheels. But they came out beautiful too. That's where we lost a little chunk. You can actually see up here there's a little crevice too. So that wasn't me, that wasn't the machine. Sometimes I haven't had it happen. That was on that outside corner. So when this block's being made, maybe it wasn't quite pressurized quite enough on the edge. But yeah, so we got white buffalo, that's black chert, quartz, and calcite. It's not actually a turquoise. This is a green turquoise. This is a Mexican turquoise. And then we have the block from Sam. So all 3 of these were from Sam, so especially cabs and block. This was from Dave and Tim. And then this is just a gorgeous little opal in the middle. What a great group. Great group. So super happy with that. Thank you all for being here. I don't know how to express how happy I am that you guys come in. Hey, Sai, how you doing? Yeah, if you don't know, Sai over at Lions Fix-It Shop does a lot of woodworking. Been making some beautiful, beautiful bowls. But to get the wood, to get the bowls, he goes out and sources it locally. He's in the Midlands to Upper England, and he takes us on some really nice trips to some of the abbeys. He's been in the Japanese gardens this last week. He does some bird watching, so really lovely stuff. And yeah, he's got a true talent there for sure. Star's here. Thank you so much, Star. Star has so much to show us. I don't even know if she knows how much she has to show us. But a super sense of humor and just lovely, lovely lady. So thank you all for coming in. Really appreciate it. We will see you Sunday And between now and then, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. All right. So thank you so much. Love you guys. And we'll see you soon. Cheers now.